heartburn. Tastes like more.
Welcome back. Glenn Carter is here now with the Carter File.
Well, Glenn, as is the case with many things happening with the economy in Newfoundland and Labrador, there is a large amount of development related to the housing industry on the Avalon Peninsula.
It's shocking in terms of the numbers. RE/MAX has just done a study on the evolution of real estate right across the country. St. John's deserves a chapter all its own. $3 billion in building permits, residential only, in the past 10 years. Just one of the many eye-popping numbers offered up by RE/MAX to give a view of what's been happening here in the last decade or so. Jim Burton of RE/MAX was asked, what's the reason for this largely, and he quite willingly goes into that.
The St. John's real estate market has evolved dramatically in the last decade. I mean, when you look at the building permits that were issued, the residential building permits issued at $3 billion in the last decade, that triples the amount of permits, volume permits, that were issued in the previous decade. St. John's is there's no doubt, it's North America's oldest settlement. And when you look at the landscape, it's changed. It's changed in the last couple of decades, and in particular, 30% of the current housing stock that we have in the city of St. John's has been built since 1990. That's staggering.
What do you think is the main reason for it? I mean, we know oil and gas has been a huge driver. Is that what has changed, transformed St. John's?
It's definitely the capital works projects that you see and the ones that are on the horizon. It's interesting to note that there's $71 billion in capital works projects scheduled in Atlantic Canada in the near future. $44 billion right here in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. We're seeing population growth, we're seeing income growth, and we're seeing employment growth. That all adds to positive consumer confidence, and it spills over into the real estate market, and it's a good thing. It's a very good thing.
It's also can be too much of a good thing. I think a lot of people worry about, in St. John's anyway, a bubble effect, and when the bubble breaks. But when you talk to a guy like Jim Burton, he maintains that the Fred and Lynn, the growth here is quite sustainable, quite healthy. And according to Jim Burton and his RE/MAX team, nobody really has to worry about a bubble, real estate bubble in St. John's right now. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Glenn.
All right.
Well, she is the oldest person on the Burin Peninsula and possibly the oldest person in Newfoundland and Labrador. Margaret Moore